Okay, Andy, you're top seed here this week in the Citi Open, but it's your first appearance since 2006 when you were a teenager. A lot's changed, obviously, in your game and in your life since then. But obviously, it must be great to be back here.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. Washington's it's a great city. This tournament's got a lot of history as well. A lot of great players have played here and won here. And yeah, I'm happy to be back. This is I remember the first tournament I played with Hawkeye when they had the challenges. It was my first tournament with Brad Gilbert as my coach as well. So have good memories from here.
And what was the thinking about making an appearance here since Davis Cup and since Wimbledon? Just part of the getting used to hard courts again.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to try something a little bit different, and because of the Davis Cup this year, my preparation was always going to be a bit different. Normally I go over to Miami at this time of year and train, but I thought with the Davis Cup, I wanted to just try and sort of stay in match mode. I've played a lot of matches over the last few months, and thought it'd be good to try and keep that going. So that's why we came here. It's very tough conditions, so it's good preparation for the rest of the American hard court swing, and that's why I'm here.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about emotion, because you're coming from two events, Wimbledon and then Davis Cup at Queen's, where there's so much focus on you, Wimbledon from the media and from the fans, and then Davis Cup, where you're really feeding off the crowd. Now coming to this event here, where you necessarily don't have that so much, is it kind of have to change your approach and trying to G yourself up from inside rather from the crowd?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important to set yourself goals, for all of the events that you play at, and then obviously sometimes, when a Wimbledon comes around, for example, that's not maybe a tournament that you necessarily need to think long and hard about the goals there. It's one of the biggest tournaments of the year and how important it is, and regardless of anything else, you're going to go out there and give your absolute best and be extremely focused. And I think, like you say, because there's a lot of attention around that time of year, I do sort of zone in a little bit more, and I play a little bit more focused when I'm on the court. So it's important, now when I step away from that attention, that I'm able to concentrate well during the matches and get myself fired up from the beginning of the events. You don't always play in front of full crowds at the beginning of tournaments, and it's important to motivate yourself sometimes.
A little word about the field here this week. It's arguably one of the finest it's been in its history. 9 of the world's top 20 players playing, former winners, Grand Slam winners, reigning US Open champion. Says a lot about how far the event's come.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed a lot since I played here last time. They've made a lot of improvements to the facility. They have a lot of practice courts, which is always good. It's one of the things that all the players, look for. So it's easy to practice. We're staying, very nice hotel, which is very nearby to the court, so it's very convenient. Good food on site, and yeah, they normally get very good crowds here as well. So yeah, they have a strong field this year, and it's going to be a tough event.
And here as well, the crowd can get quite close to the players, watching a lot of practice real close up. Do players enjoy that when you can get the crowd really almost on top of you like that?
I prefer it. I like that a lot in the matches. I like it when it's very intimate and when they're close on the centre court. They are very tight and close in, and I think that creates a nice atmosphere on the court. I think obviously for the fans it's great, to watch the practice, and it's, again, that's nice for the players as well. Sometimes though, you also want to maybe talk to something about your coach or whatever, and you have to whisper. You don't want everyone hearing that, but yeah, it's nice for the fans for sure.
A few hand signals.
No, I'm saying when we're practicing, like if we're sitting like right next to the fence, there's a lot of people there. It's that can be tricky, because obviously, like I say, you want to discuss the things that you're practicing on, or you have to whisper to each other a little bit. But yeah, there's no coaching allowed when you're on the match court.
Okay, finally, I want to ask you about your visit to the White House. Looked like you were enjoying that a lot, taking a lot of photos, and also embracing the spirit of House of Cards, I believe, as you're wandering around. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great experience. I was very lucky to get the chance to do that. It's only like 1 mile away from the hotel, and literally right in the middle of the city. And one thing that surprised me, I did expect it to be a lot bigger. But yeah, it was good. We had the guy who was touring us, that was taking us around. It was good fun, and yeah, my team had a good time.